I took the pill. I was swallowed by the whale. Traveled the world with Jonah. Sold my souvenirs at a yard sale. I sat a test, danced limbo to pass the bar. Too shallow for a third dimension. My diploma is my avatar. Like a sitting duck, I was the perfect target. Nothing to lose, no clues to the ways of the world. Never arrested my friend, I pumped up charges. Said he violated a note for breaking the mold. They broke his soul. I had one choice: salute or be shot either way. I dodged the draft like the output dodger. I felt disgrace as they marched away. I've no regrets. In fact, I can't retain. I can't read the word for heartache. Well, as they say, love is blind. Like a sitting duck, I was the perfect target. Nothing to lose, no clues, ways of the world. Never arrested my friend, I pumped up charges. Said he violated a note, he's broken the mold. They broke his soul. Like a lemming in a parachute, I hang, watching the ground appear too fast. Nothing lasts in the promised land. I took the pills. Like a lemming in a parachute, I hang. Yeah. I missed the sign. Taken out by an oncoming train. For a second I felt important, before I felt the searing pain. Signs of life. I searched the pixels on my screen. Facial recognition of the memories that might have been. Like sitting ducks, we're the perfect targets. Nothing to lose, no clues to the ways of the world. Never arrested my friend, I pumped up charges. Said he violated a note, broke the mold. They broke his soul. They broke his soul.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another. Somebody was asking who this was, that artist was. They are Mary Lane, like Merry Christmas, Mary Lane. That's the name of the song. Lance Tabor, Taber is the. Well, where are we at? Okay, we're looking out the window. So I've got to switch cameras because I forgot about that. So bear with us. Welcome to episode 39, though. How's everybody doing? Breaking the Spell or Break the Spell or BTS podcast. Okay, how am I doing this? I think I'm in the wrong spot.
Sorry,
Cam, no. Yeah, I know. Really dumb. But I wanted to use my other camera earlier, and so we're just going. We're going. Broadcast info. No, that's not going to do it. All right. Well, as we look out the blinds,
put up a card.
A card. What card?
Jump out and then jump back in.
I can just turn my camera off right there. We're still here.
See.
So we can just keep talking.
All right. See.
But I did want to go, live video.
Yeah. Just didn't quite work out. We're looking at window.
I think there's a way I can do it.
I think to switch your camera, you may have to jump out first. Oh no, it could.
Right no, there. I just have to go to settings.
There you go.
Anyway, this is Strange Days. See, Strange Days because I made it strange. So we're talking about, I don't know. We'll see where the discussion goes, but we're talking about just the strangeness of the world we live in and how it can be very off balance, off-putting, just off.
Yeah.
We see it every day. Some of us ignore it, but some of us are awake to it and pay attention. Let's see. No, I can't do it for this one. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have. Anyway, we're just gonna go without video.
All right.
That works for me. I tried, but I forgot to change that setting before I started. So this is where we're at. Yeah, it wasn't meant to be. I mean, it could be, but I sit here and screw with it for another 15 minutes. So thank you for your patience. How's everybody doing? Strange Days. Hello, Daylene. Hello, Anthony.
Welcome, everybody.
Hello, Kathy. Yeah, Teresa's here too. Susan. Awesome. Yeah, we haven't done a podcast in a while. It's been about a month. Last one, I think I just played all my music,
yeah.
Which is fine. We didn't spread that one out. So this may be episode 40. No, it's still 39 because we're just gonna.
Yeah, you didn't. If you kind of scratch that one.
Yeah, I mean, it's always there. You sent out at all call those who could. Awesome. Yeah, we're just taking it easy, talking about the strangeness of every day.
Right.
I mean, a lot of it isn't strange. There is natural strange, and then there's created strange, or spells, or illusions that are put in your face to distract you,
disconnect.
Yes, showing you a little bit of truth, and it's basically like, think about it as an iceberg. You're seeing the tip. Right, you're just seeing the tip. It's just the tip. There's a lot more to the truth than what you see, and by showing you a little bit of it, okay, now you just go back to sleep. Okay, see, that's what it was. So go back to sleep. So we want to try to get out of that mindset, and we've all been it's been jammed into our heads all day, every day all of our lives,
Mhm.
especially with TV.
Right.
It also happens with churches,
Radio and
happens with
church.
radio, any form of
Mass
community.
communication.
Yeah, mass communication, mass commune.
Mhm.
You know, the communing is basically
It's a good thing.
us talking
but
to each other,
yes.
us, you know, connected to each other.
Right.
I don't know. I may be right about that one. That's what it sounds. It sounds right.
Well, when you have mass communication and everyone's free to do it, then you run into possibilities, right? But you'll notice more and more when you're restricted to just saying, doing, thinking, expressing, whatever, and communing in a certain way, then you have to realize why that is, right? Why are we all communing in the exact same way all the time with this fear of reaching outside of this thought box that we're in, right? And when you have mass communication and it's open and it's wide, you have possibilities, but you have more you can learn from.
And that's where the whole
experience, whatever.
censoring and the
But when you
trolls
take it
coming
away,
in. Yeah,
you find yourself in these little boxes, these echo chambers.
Echo chambers. That's a great term. It's a great term. Echo chambers, where things just bounce right back to you, and it's
Right.
all the same information, and there's no other greater or more expansive information out there. That's not a good place. That's a cult. That would be a cult.
Right.
So learning and expanding, you know, there's plenty of things I can learn from others that have been doing this, what I've been doing, you know, as a psychic medium shaman for a lot longer than I have. So,
Right.
you know, we can all learn. We can all,
Always.
you know, we all want to expand our learning, and we can't just do that with one person.
Right.
Or one piece of information.
Right.
And we won't form, you know, if we don't look at things from a lot of different angles, especially the stuff that's like tends to be like fearful.
Right.
Even war, or, you know, people in tunnels underneath the earth,
Right.
you know, underneath the ground. I mean, which I'm not, don't get me wrong, they do have those are real. Or just, you know, distracted with one like thing and not really just kind of living your life and doing it in a way against the lies that are being told to us every day.
Right.
Or the you know, the misdirection that's being given
Right.
to us.
Not taking no for an answer when you're following your heart, right? Not falling down and going, well, no one will let me, but actually creating your way, like really pushing through and persevering and following your heart no matter what.
Going to the pub, huh, Susan? Cinco de Mayo. You know, I kind of actually heard that Cinco de Mayo wasn't even observed in Mexico or any of South, the second American thing. Like May the 4th be with you. That was today, right? That's May 4th today, right?
It's the 5th, not 4th.
Oh,
right?
but it is the flower full moon, and it is a lunar eclipse tonight, or going on right now. So if you can see it at all, check out the moon tonight. I don't know if the clouds are going to let us, but it looks like it's kind of clearing out where we're at.
And we'll see.
We'll see. But I think it's supposed to set at like right now. I mean, they're not set, but it's visible. It starts to rise at 6:30, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So it should be doing it right now.
Somewhere around.
Powerful energy.
Yep.
At full moons, when everything comes to fruition. From
yes, loss of fluffery.
Loss of fluffery. But yeah, it is. This full moon feels very.
It's full moon in Scorpio.
Like you're able to. Oh, Scorpio, yeah. No wonder all the weird energy. It's even stranger days the last couple of days. So maybe feeling these strange days. No offense, Christy. That Scorpio energy. I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
A lot of people aren't though. Like
right.
I'm okay with it, but I'm not. Those compatible signs, Pisces and Scorpio,
right.
Compatible. But anyway, were we? Not to get off the topic too much.
The strange days, the things happening in the universe, the things happening here on Earth, things that are going on.
Yeah, you guys remember that? Does anybody remember that movie Strange Days with Angela Bassett or Bassett, however she says it? it was back in the 90s, and it was like this kind of apocalyptic yet futuristic. I mean, it wasn't where we're at. I'll tell you that. Like it was, the premise was kind of crazy, but there again, there's predictive programming.
Right.
They want, certain controllers want you to think a certain way. They want you to be outraged in a certain way,
right,
or for a certain topic. So anything you basically see that's very, very popular is probably BS.
right.
Probably. Not everything.
Right.
There are some organic or people that, some celebrities that have kind of come out and they're doing the right thing. But most of those like movements are creating these strange days, or stranger days. Not that days haven't always been strange, but there's people with a lot of money that are putting in a lot of, that's why you're seeing a lot of these strange ads and strange, just, rhetoric from politicians. And
you're like, why is this suddenly like a big thing?
Just like all this fear being pushed out. Like politicians or politics will twist you into a knot and then twist you back the other way. There's no, every time I look at it, any system that we have right now that's controlling,
it's been bought and paid
it's not a
for,
good system.
And it's just
it's not doesn't work. It's too big, it's too centralized, too corrupt. I mean, very, very, very corrupt. Like you shouldn't be trusting anybody in politics right now. I mean, maybe small politics, there's some,
or in certain like the pharmaceutical
local politics, but
like
even there you can see the corruption. It's the tentacles spread far and wide, and this is not
this
to
is all big
you.
corporations.
This is to educate you on what we can, we all fall for certain heroes or archetypes in this life, and
or we like something so much we're going, oh no, not this brand, that brand's not doing that, oh no, not this store, not that store's not doing this. Right. It's really being open and understanding just exactly how far and wide these things go, and knowing that it really is our decisions and our actions that create the real change in this world. There's no corporation or big backed money that's going to come and get us out of anything, right?
That's right. I mean, I just heard something crazy and wild today, that all that contact tracing that they were doing in, I'm not going to mention the name.
Right.
But you know what I'm talking about. Let's just say the last 3 years.
Right.
Past 3 years. All that contact tracing, or, tracking through your phone, they know who didn't comply.
Right.
And that's kind of creepy. I mean,
but we shouldn't necessarily,
because they know who doesn't go to the hospital. They know who hasn't made any doctor's visits or hasn't, they know. And don't think they don't use that information or that data, because that's really what we live in now, is a world of data. And our data is very valuable to advertisers.
Yep. Or propagandists.
Yes. Which I think are the same.
Basically.
They're all like state. It's like government and or corporation and government right now. It's just a big corporation. Heartless.
It is.
No heart. And with no heart, a lot of evil things can be done under that, just to make money.
And is being done.
Yep.
I just watched the Nestle story again for,
Nestle?
Yeah.
What was that?
Well, when Mr. Nestle first started the company, he was really just trying to up the birth rate, right? A lot of moms were having a hard time breastfeeding, so he came up with some flour milk to help babies.
Okay, so it's chocolate.
It was great.
Gotcha, yeah.
But then when Nestle decided to sell off the company, as all little businesses seem to do to big businesses,
they take that buck and like, okay, I'm just gonna, I'm good, I can retire.
Since then, it got a little, and we've been, they were selling it off to countries that had poison water, right? So how are they going to make this formula with poison water? Like, you're contaminated right there already, using the water that they have available to them.
Yep.
So this was no good.
And where they don't have to pay extra to get to it, like no integrity, like let's just use this trashy water. Yeah.
And it just, these particular companies, as Nestle got up there, they got boards and things to look into their corruption, right? They got them boards. So they looked into themselves. They made some rules for themselves.
For themselves, of
And
course they did.
They followed
They
them.
investigated themselves and they were
Right?
like, oh, yeah, well, we're good.
So
That's what always happens too
yeah,
in these big
it's
corporations.
just
They send out their team to go investigate.
right.
They're like, well, we investigated ourselves and we came to the conclusion that we're good.
Yeah.
We're good. And I've seen it happen. I've seen it
Yes,
happen.
you're
close up
right.
with
There was
family
a
members.
little tiny bit of arsenic in
I
there,
have a family
but
member that's a
it's not
whistleblower.
against the amount that
government.
humans can handle. So
Yep. Yeah, I have a
like
family
it's
member that's a whistleblower that went against the United
Mhm.
States Air Force for the base. And I'm not going to mention the base, but
right.
she was coerced, she was pushed, she was bullied,
Yep.
she was, still to this day, I think keeps very quiet about things now.
Mhm.
She'll talk to me, but I know what she did. It was a good act.
Yep.
But this is how it works. This is why that system is never going to work for you. It's never
Right.
going to work for us because it works for the powerful.
Yep.
And that's all it works for. That system and that game is their game. They're basically like saying, hey, do you want to play? And of course, we all have to play their game where we are
Mhm.
inside the system in a lot of
Right.
ways,
Right.
which we're never going to be able, never going to be able to leave that behind. We're never going to be able to like completely disconnect.
Right.
But we can say, okay, you do your thing,
Yep.
craziness.
Right.
And over here, we're going to do our thing on this side where, nothing's really going on. It's just barren land or,
Mhm.
it's just forest or it's, a lot of people are doing that right now.
Yep.
A lot of people are doing that because they see that they need to create more wealth for themselves and
Mhm.
stop allowing the system to continue to take and take and take because that's what
Right.
it does. It just,
Yep.
it's like a big Pac-Man. It just keeps
Mhm.
eating pellets.
Right. It's just after them pellets. Doesn't matter how many ghosts it swallows.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't care. It
You
doesn't.
eat it up.
It's just,
Mhm.
and the people that control these levers, they are the people that don't care.
Right.
It can be used for good, but this system was never created in the first place for good.
Right.
Now, there were people that did state, this is what you should do. I gave you a good plan, like the Constitution or constitutions of other countries, not just America.
Or
There's
certain
other
inventions
countries
or
with
certain things. These
constitutions
things
and
came to people for the right people for the right reasons in a lot of cases.
these
However,
are, but it wasn't ever the law. That law is like an internal law. That's like this is what you follow so you don't get fooled because you can be easily fooled because all of us can. So think about it as like a 10 commandments.
right.
It's basically the same, kind of the same thing. It's rules you should follow.
Right.
When, at all times, you always will have to fight for your freedom in this realm. Yep. You always will have to
fight for your integrity.
Continue, deal with karma, deal with cause and effect. Yep. These are things that will always happen, especially in this realm. This realm is heavy. It's dense. It's very beautiful. Yes. Very beautiful, but very chaotic and very, these can be very dark, but this darkness is what teaches us.
Yes.
Because as souls, as whatever you want to call them, we know them as human, as souls. That's the best thing I can say. Essence, energy, signature.
Right.
Apparition, whatever. Right. Spirit, ghost.
Yep.
That power, that is a very powerful thing.
Yes.
And a lot of it's like training. It's like we keep getting shit thrown at us so we can to cause more challenge. But as you get through a lot of those challenges, you realize, oh shit, I learned because of this much, because of these challenges.
Yep.
I know how to deal with that now. What I was afraid of before, I'm not as afraid of it now.
Right.
Just like when everybody, back when the government 3 years ago was saying, hey, you need to do this, you need to do this, you need to do this. No, you don't. That's not a law.
Right.
That's against my free will.
Right.
And I'm not hurting anybody. But then you notice you're hurting people. They came up with every one. They knew every
yes, they knew all of the
counter.
people. Yes, all the counters.
And they said it before we even said it.
Right. Yep.
So they were prepared.
You're gonna kill
game
grandma.
plan. And this is how this is how this realm works.
Yep.
Whether you want to think it's crazy or not, you can think it's crazy. That's fine. But I think it's crazier to ignore a lot of the crazy truth that actually is real.
Right.
Oh yeah, there's plenty of rapper songs, Anthony, on that. There's plenty of songs in general. There's art. There's a lot of things like, but you've got to decipher what is coming from a real place, an authentic place, or what is just commercialized so much that it's used for propaganda.
Right. That even though it's awesome and I love the beat, and my gosh, I'd get down to this, but oh my God, that's actually what they're saying right now. Holy
But if you actually listen to the words, you'll know where their soul is.
Right.
But I just noticed everybody just like scared. Everybody got panicked, and it scared me because I'm like, whoa, everybody's just following this way.
Right
off a cliff.
Yeah.
And no, I mean, we recovered, but there was damage. There was a trace, that's for sure. But I don't want, because the reason I'm talking about this and we are even have this podcast going is because there's going to be more big things that happen.
Right.
That doesn't even take psychic. It just takes a little bit of research and analysis.
Yep. We got a couple retrogrades happening.
I mean, think about it right now. What do we got? We've got shootings. We got 3 shootings that just happened, right? One back to back. Right. That shit doesn't happen like that.
No, it don't.
In threes. And I am Psychic Shaman 333, but that's the counter to the numbers that they're corrupting.
Right.
Like an inverted 333.
Yep.
Threes play out a lot. 333 is because it makes 9.
Yep.
9 is the master number.
It is. And they are deeply into that occult knowledge, all of it. They know about this full moon just as well as we do. They know what day of the month it is and the energies that are playing out in the sky.
These are the biggest spells being played on you. These are worldwide.
Yeah.
These are global. These are I think it's really hard for us to actually grasp that. Are there people that really want to do this to us, like just abuse us like this? Yes. Yes, for their means.
They do not see us as people.
There are plenty of people that can be corrupted. And I'm not saying everybody. I think that there's plenty of people that wouldn't take the money. I know there is.
Oh yeah. Well, there's been plenty of people ruined over this last 3 years.
Yeah.
Because they were like, no, I'll keep my integrity and I'm my peace of mind.
And from day one, when I heard it, I called bullshit on all of it because it was.
Yeah.
It was a money thing. Here, take some money, shut up.
And a control thing.
Yeah, it was, and that's
funny how the guide stones went down recently, isn't it?
The guide stone, all kinds of stuff's been happening. The guide stones, the whole, whatever gimmick you want to call it. Anyway, the
power structures trying.
You can trace it back. You can keep looking at it. It's the same people. It's the same characters.
There's these same.
They're not all from the U.S. Nope. This is a global thing, but some of them are. And if you ever watch those think tanks, a lot of those people aren't from the U.S. either.
Right.
They're dual citizens, which some dual citizens are cool, like regular people.
Yep.
But these aren't regular people. These are people that control everything.
Right.
Everything that we, any system that we use.
Yep.
And that's why the off-grid thing is appealing to a lot of people now, because yes, they're still going to have to use the grid.
Right.
Right. They're still going to have to use the grid in a lot of ways, but they can free themselves from a lot of it and let go of a lot of the burden of it. Not have a big house payment or a big mortgage that, they're going to pay off in 30 years.
Right.
Having
building smaller,
owning your own
so
things, having your own, like
you're not building up.
Which taxes are still rent, so you're basically renting.
Which is what I'm saying.
That's one part where
building small, so you're not building up them taxes too much, right? Like keeping things kind of
simple.
Yes.
Simple but efficient.
Right.
But yes, they control that illusion, but we don't have to fall under that illusion either. We can know exactly what it is, and you can actually learn how to flip the system to work in your favor in a lot of ways too.
Right.
But you've got to understand that it is a matrix of sorts.
It is.
I mean, it really is a matrix of control.
Yeah.
That keeps our minds, or tries to keep our minds, which I think the ascension's happening right now. So, and it has been happening for years, but more and more and more and more and more are waking up.
Right.
Because they can't afford not to.
Right.
that ignorance is bliss, I guess. I mean, maybe if you want to be, you know, lack of a better word, a moron,
Right.
you got to be not afraid that people are going to think you're crazy. That doesn't mean you go mention it to everybody, because some people aren't going to take it properly.
Right.
But
There's a lot of phases
accepting
you
it and
kind of
knowing
have,
that
yeah.
it's happening,
Yep.
knowing it's an illusion, feeling it, and the best way to feel that is your own gut instinct.
Yep. Go with your guts, your pushes, your prods, the places that are driving you.
I'm going to share the link here in a second, so if anybody wants to jump on, let me see here. That's not the right one. Guests. So yeah, I mean, this is what we're talking about. Shit's heavy, but you can still live your life and love it.
That's right.
Live a fulfilled life. This is just for everybody. This is like trying to, you know, this is creating a better future for those that came behind us. However,
Right.
we're not going to stop all the bad that happens to them.
No,
and that's
no.
not what this
They're going to
place is
deal with
for.
their own things as well.
That's not what Earth is for. We're just trying to create a better balance.
Right.
And we are.
Yes, we are. The more we expose, the more truth is told, the more people start to question and utilize their own minds and really truly question everything. Is yeah, better off we.
Tina, you didn't like moron? I mean, it's just a word. Break out of that spell. Sticks and stones. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to be. I'm just trying. This is how we get trapped in like
Right.
certain things. This is how we get trapped by certain words that are said or words that we're defending. Like, no word hurts anybody. Like, it does, but it doesn't. It's our own
It
thought
taps
about
upon your ego.
Yeah.
Is what it does. It just goes tap tap tap.
But no word, any word, it doesn't matter. Any word I could say, and I'm not going to say any of it. Really, I mean, yeah, you need restraint in certain places because people can't handle that. But
Right.
we've got to get past that whole word thing. It's actions. If somebody's committing violence, that's a different story.
Right.
Somebody's stealing from you, that's a different story.
Exactly.
But a word is just a word.
Right.
A word can be very powerful. It depends on how you take it. And some words are meant to be powerful. The ones that are left to be or banned or, you know, you can't say them. Well, those are, you know, those are harmless words. They really are.
Yes, when they start reconstructing
because you've got to
words
take it in on yourself to
Right.
say, I know what I'm doing. I know that, you know, that word is not going to hurt me. I'm just going to move on and keep living my life
Right.
and not be so offended that it puts me in like this weird, like white knight place,
Right.
you know, where I got to look better to people. No, you don't.
Right.
If you're not hurting anybody, like physically or taking from them or, you know, hurting feelings,
That's gonna happen.
that's going to happen. I get my feelings hurt all the time. Probably too much.
Me too.
But it really is, you've got to get past those like barriers that the controllers have set up for us. Like, no, we don't want this. Yeah. So this is, you know, it's good. It's not good for our children. They always use that. Oh my God, it's not good for our children. They don't give a shit about children. Really
I'm sorry,
don't.
they're right now using a mental illness to profit. And they've got a huge agenda going on with body dysmorphia.
Oh yeah, I can. Oh yeah, body dysmorphia.
Right, that is a real thing. It is a real problem for some people. But they have turned it into a money making. Just it's. And I'm taking nothing away from those that are sure and happy with whatever they are doing. Okay, but many are not, because their mental illness is being manipulated and cashed in on. And it's very sad, disappointing, and frustrating.
Yeah, well, you become a good person because you don't let any of that stuff get to you, and it does. It's work.
Right.
But, you know, all the taboo words that you shouldn't say, kind of keeping you trapped in a box.
Right.
Do you think on the higher realms, they say that kind of stuff, but it's more like it's for jokes or it's for effect.
Right.
And that's
and we
the
also gotta
same
have
way
a sense
you
of
use
humor. I mean, that's the That's
Yeah,
the way
the
to get
sense of
through
humor
anything
has
is
got to
laughing,
be
right?
intact. Yes, that's something we need to work on every day, is smiling and laughing and
Yes.
belly laughing.
Yes. Finding it funny, not letting our feels get in the way of the humor of things, right?
You just drop the link to the studio, so if anybody wants to come in, that's the link. Come in and talk about things. Talking about breaking the illusions, or not breaking the illusions, just teaching you how to see more than just the
Understanding them,
illusion.
knowing when it is.
See through that.
Yes.
Nobody wants to jump on tonight, huh?
It's a deep topic.
I mean, we always talk. It pretty much comes back around to this. And that's really what we're doing is,
yeah.
It may come, a lot of may be repetitive, but that's
Right.
It's for a reason.
Exactly.
Because you can see people jump onto like the next hero.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they're going to save us. No, but everybody else didn't, but this one person's going to do it. No.
Right.
It's not how it works. Live your life.
Right.
Yeah, Teresa's coming on.
Nice.
Hi guys, I can't resist.
Nice.
Awesome. I knew you
Welcome
could.
to
I knew
have
you
ya.
or Anthony would
Happy
jump
to have
on.
ya. Welcome to
Kristen.
Come on, Anthony. Yeah, I just talking about the kids. A lot of times you can't trust reports.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Is I think it's
Yeah.
important that you understand that these are just spells coming at us. That doesn't mean our kids are all turning into that.
No.
As a matter of
But
fact, I think a lot of them
seen,
are more aware.
Right, with the remote viewing.
Yeah.
That I've done just on my own. I have seen the children.
Yeah.
That they are being put in places and being used.
Yes.
And these open borders they've had, now this is the report.
That's what I'm saying. Be careful with reports.
200,000 over the border of unaccompanied minors have all disappeared. Not all, but they've given them to single men.
Yeah.
They just are handing them over, and these unaccompanied minors just disappear.
Yep.
You know what's
no
weird?
one knows
Like,
where they
I was
are,
down in Arizona, and I'm going to go down there again. But I mean, I just didn't see it. I mean, I just didn't I didn't see a bunch of Mexicans running across the desert. And I know that they do bring them in. People are coming in. People from not just Mexico, but just Central America, South America, because all those countries are being fucked with by our
military
alliance.
Yep.
Yes.
So they're coming here going, we got, we need to get away from here because it's being targeted. It's turned into like a cartel. I mean, and we all know that the CIA is
owning the cartels.
Very
again
cartels, which are continuing to perpetuate it, which are continuing to cause more, more people as a whole to become more poor. And they're just coming here to get the opportunity that America offers, right? So that's that other angle we got to look at, because I do see that, like, the South and Central Americans are coming to get us. Like, who else is gonna
they're not coming.
Who else is going to pick your lettuce? Who else is going to, you know what I mean? Like the oranges you eat or the fruits and vegetables. That's who do it, and that's why they continue to come here, because they can come here to America, make some money, send it back to their family,
and live well
there.
Yeah.
So, I don't blame them. I would do the same thing.
Right?
Oh yeah, if we were living there, for sure. And all this is being offered.
Like, how are people? Like, I mean, there are cultures that
understand that
these
different.
But for the most part, we have to do the same things to live.
These bigger things, these bigger issues that are put in our face issues, it's not that they are not issues. Oh, they most certainly are. But we have to understand that they are kind of orchestrated in just that way. And then they tap on our feel goods, and we're upset with the wrong people.
Yeah.
And it's They're very much real issues. These things are happening. They are just handing these
Yeah,
scary
I've
things
seen
off.
it, and it's just sick.
Yeah, but this is happening above ground too,
Yes.
Oh yes, above ground. Oh yes.
in vans and buses and whatever. I mean,
Hmm.
that's the underground is actually above ground here.
Well, I'm just saying that's where I saw where they ended up.
Right.
Yes. It
It was very
Well,
dark.
if you've got undocumented children, what do you do with undocumented? Like, what would
They
creepy crawlies do with
disappear.
that shit? Yeah, like because they're not documented. You can't trace them.
Exactly.
you have, yeah, child abusers and
They're being used,
yes.
and that's a.
Yes.
I'm sensitive to that because my childhood wasn't so wonderful.
Yeah, I get
You
you.
know, so that I kind of go, okay, where are they?
Yeah.
You know, after I heard this, okay, I want to know where these kids are.
Yeah.
And they
Some
can't
of them may have
find
been
them.
lucky enough to have family, but most probably were sent off or doing jobs and doing.
Well, because there's a whole other layer of reality that goes
Yeah.
on that we're not seeing.
Oh,
and
yeah.
that's part of it. That is part of
Right.
it.
And it all has to do with the occult again.
Yep.
Yeah, but the
That
occult,
these kids are a part
it has
of.
to do with the dark occult, not with the
Oh,
evil
yes,
one.
the
Because
occult.
the occult is what I mean, I like the
Occult
occult.
knowledge
occult means
is what
that
helps us
is
grow.
which is
Right.
hidden.
Yeah.
Hidden knowledge.
That's right.
Right. And
If
that's
you don't
good.
know the way that they use, because they believe in it and they use it.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're not watching out for that
So they
and
mock it
noticing
to you. They
the
say, "Oh my
symbolism and all the
God,
things that
that's
come out with all these big ads or these big campaigns that they push on us,
Yeah. Hmm.
whether governmental or private industry or corporation, those are mixed right now. That the government, because everybody can just pay money to these
Yep.
politicians. You know, these
Yeah.
corporations can just give them so much money
Yep.
that they'll do whatever they want them to do. They'll say whatever they want them to say.
No, guys, they've met the criteria. We
Yeah.
were wrong. They weren't poisoning all the water. They were helping our teeth grow strong.
Yeah, we're good. Just like that, there's a fluoride thing right now. There's a big court case on fluoride that's been going on for the last couple of years, showing that fluoride is dangerous, and there's still a lot of municipalities that are putting it into their water.
And I fell for it when I was
Yeah.
raising my babies.
Yeah.
I didn't know
Fluoride
any
is actually
I
different.
did too.
Fluoride is actually the base of it is actually what they use to make Ancient Orange.
Because you want to know the
Ancient
truth?
Agent Orange, excuse me.
The one child I did, I mean, they diagnosed, they gave her like liquid fluoride, and I trusted it.
Mm-hmm.
And she, of all of my children, has the
Well,
worst
don't you remember that?
mouth right now.
Yeah, don't you remember that?
24 years old.
It was a very
Mm.
prophetic movie, but do you guys remember Dr. Strangelove?
Yes.
Yeah, where he's talking where that guy, the general goes crazy and takes over the base and he's talking about fluoride.
Mhm, I
Yeah,
think
this
so. Yeah.
Yeah, this is going on right now. Like there's a big case
Yeah.
right now going on, but they're keeping it kind of they're not talking about it in the news because
Right.
it's an important case.
It's just as big as any
This is
other
what I'm
thing we would
talking
be
about.
talking
It is
right now.
scary. It is
but we don't
scary,
hear
but
about it.
really you need to know things
Yep.
are being put in our water, things are being put in our food,
Things
things
are
are
being
being
put in our
sprayed
air.
on us.
Mm-hmm.
The
I'm sorry.
pharmaceuticals are a scam,
Yeah, and that's the pharmaceuticals right there.
and
the
I'm
chemicals.
on them. And I
CDC,
know I'm scammed, and I'm stuck right now. I'm
Well,
working
I'm
on
not
it.
saying that all pharmaceuticals don't use. Here's the thing. I think that they can help some people in some ways.
Oh,
Some
yes,
medications,
definitely.
right? There are definitely good ones out there. People started off with a good idea,
Mm-hmm.
but they're getting drowned out with a lot of just
Junk.
Yes.
Yes, definitely. Because you get one medicine and it cures one thing, but it gives you this side
It
effect.
gives you
So
other
Yeah.
you
things.
need
Yeah.
another drug
It's
for
like a
that side
circular.
effect.
See how they got you going circular into the hospital or the doctor, getting
Mhm.
drugs, coming back out, going back in, getting
Yep.
treated. Like that's not a healthy
It's
practice.
not normal.
Mm-mm.
That's like
Nope.
that's like making you healthy and then making you sick again.
Yep.
So you can come back. Then making you healthy and then so you can get sick again. And then you
It's
can
a
come back.
scam.
Yeah, and I'm not going to say that any of these drugs don't work. I believe they do.
Well,
But I
yeah,
think they're
I'm on them.
I
Some of
think that
them, you
well,
know.
when
So
it's just a sick care system, which is what we have,
Yep.
that's the problem.
Yep.
That's where it's a system that it only makes money on people being sick.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, the Chinese, when they have their doctors, I don't know how they do it now, but you only paid your doctor when you were well.
Yeah.
And if you got sick, you stopped paying him.
Yeah, because he's not doing his job.
Right.
Exactly. And so they work really hard
And they would
to
come to
get
you.
you well
Oh,
Well,
you
again.
need
yeah,
some assistance? Let me
yes,
come
there
to you
are
and check you
surgeons,
out.
healers, like doctors.
There are things
Mm-hmm.
necessary.
It's just the
Beautiful,
system
and they're
they
doing it
work
the
in,
right way.
which
But yeah,
sucks. It makes it,
yeah,
and
Yeah.
they let some people, some trust fund babies flow through there, and that's also makes it bad.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When you can get a degree, or just because you have affluence,
Yes.
and they don't give a shit about. They just like the status. They don't give a shit about their job.
They're doing it for the money, money, money.
The status. It's mostly the
Mm.
status. I'm a
Power
doctor.
comes with that.
Yeah.
A certain control.
Which there should be a certain
Comes
appreciation for doctors, but it's almost like become like they should be like worshipped like gods.
No, no.
And people treat it like that though, because people are
I
in and out of the
know.
hospital, the doctors all the
dude.
time. Like they've got seniors that aren't even like they're healthy, right? They have like a few things from just getting older.
Age. Yeah.
Right.
But they've got them on these plans where they just go in and out all the time, like constantly.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a good way to extend your life.
Right.
No, but they think that that's the only way there is. That's all the
Yeah.
illusion.
That's the problem. Where it used to be, you called in a doctor for an emergency or something that you've tried at home and it's not working, and now we
Shit,
have
back
a
in the
problem.
day, they'd come to your
No,
house.
exactly. It used to be
Mm-hmm.
that people wanted to heal people, or there were still those sick people way back then. Don't let me fool you. That did it for science. However,
Mm-hmm.
I love science, but it's a grotesque
The
thing
medical
too.
industry is a corporate model.
It is.
That's it. And that's what makes it.
Definitely.
Yes.
Whenever it gets that corporate, I'm not
Yes.
saying there's small corporations that are, do very well,
Mhm.
but these big corporations, these conglomerates, these world
Yes.
conglomerates.
Like the thing, it has a big P in front of
And it
it.
is like all of our, the insurance companies are making money hand over fist.
Oh,
But
God, yeah.
every day they're not.
I find insurance to
And
be a
they're in
scam. I
cahoots
love
with the
insurance.
doctors, or they
I
have
know
control over the
I like the
doctors.
idea of insurance, but I find insurance in most cases to be an absolute scam. So I
And
got
I
to
don't
pay
know
you
all of
every
it.
month
Like I don't
for
know
this
every
healthcare.
in and out to it, but I can see it simply from the
Yeah.
side.
Not usually medical insurance. Most people can use that, I guess, a little. But really, when I look at insurance as a whole, my car, my house, I'm going to pay you hundreds of thousands of dollars over the years for one just in case accident. And should that accident actually happen, I got to pay you more now.
Yeah.
Is that not a scam?
Yeah.
Well,
There's
the
so
the
many.
simple premise of insurance is good.
It's good. I love the
But I
idea.
think again, it gets to be so powerful that it becomes bad.
They tell you what to do, tell
Yeah.
your doctor what to do.
Yep.
Not appropriate. And I've
'cause I
worked
think
with
about it now, I'm
doctors.
like, vets. Like I heard something the other day or today, I can't remember, but the vets are like very depressed people because they have the same bills as doctors. They know all the same skills as doctors, other than they have a specialty in animals.
Yep.
And they still have those,
They're poor.
they still have those loans. They still got to pay them off, and a lot of the times, they're not getting paid as much.
Right.
Not even near. I
Right.
worked both. So,
Yep.
yeah.
That they will retire.
So
still
you
in
got to
that.
look at all of the angles
Right.
because you have to have compassion for all sides. But
Yes.
knowing this side isn't working, you keep doing this, and
Yep.
it's just not. It keeps making it worse. Why do you keep doing it?
Yeah.
Like with the banks and with everything that's going on right now.
Yeah.
They're trying to cover up that they keep skimming off the till.
Yep.
And they've skimmed so much over time that it's basically just taking everything from the till.
Right.
I mean, we're at war. We're supporting a war that is
It's
supporting
bullshit.
a Nazi government.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we
Yep.
have no say in that. That's all across the world. That's people all
They
across the
want us
world.
to blame Russia when Russia gave us a nice firm, hey, do what you gotta do over there, y'all. Just say the fuck off my border.
Yeah.
So we crept up there you know, like
Just
a kitty on the
China,
hunt,
like we
right?
have bases
We're just
surrounding China
creeping.
and Russia,
We're creeping.
and they don't have any. You know, like who's the bad
Mhm.
guy here? Who's the bad guy here? And these people are ran like the same people in the medical industry, the same people in the pharmaceutical industry. These people, there's not that many of them that control all of it.
Right.
True. The
They're all on
elite.
the same boards that make all the rules, that sand it down,
I don't
tell
like them
our
calling them elite because like
specialists,
a lot
our
of them are inbred,
scientists,
so
and our whatever they
they're
want to
not
call
very
them.
True.
elite.
True.
They keep everything in the family. They think about family bloodlines, and guess what? That
They
means
do.
they marry each other and have kids with each other. So
Yep.
they're not very
Yeah.
elite
They
to
don't get
me.
out of
I
that
mean, have you
box.
seen the royal family? Look at the Dutch royal family, dude. Look at the Dutch royal family. Tell me that they're not. Yeah, they're not.
I haven't seen that one. I haven't seen a picture of them. So I'll have to
Yeah,
do
go
that.
check. I mean, any of them though. If you really look into like royals,
Mm-hmm. They're
yeah,
creepy.
it's pretty. Yeah, it's pretty creepy. And that's really who's running the elite. I mean, above them would be probably the Pope. I don't know. I don't know who's the main leader. I think there's a
Very possible.
factions fighting each other, but
Yep.
they're all predators and they're all preying
It's
on
certain
us
families that have big prominence in a lot of different areas.
and have had it for hundreds of years.
So the name might
Yes.
change a little bit if the
Thousands.
daughter married some man with a different name. That's possible. Guess what though? There's still a this. There's still a that. And they're still playing the I'll give you a dime to give me the press, baby.
That's right.
Yeah. I just
Have a
want to find
nice
the baby.
However,
today.
there's always a white pill because there's always that's what we're talking about, and it's really just
Mhm.
getting past your fears of like, oh my god, I got to have the system for this, or I got. No, you don't.
Mm-mm.
There's people that move out in the middle of nowhere and live to a long life
Yes.
because they don't deal with the stress that they have to deal with here. They deal with nature's stress,
Yes.
and
That
that's
never goes away.
unexpected.
And that's
And it
hard
just
work.
happens, but it's not.
But it's also
It's
foreseeable.
not this created illusion
Nature does
to make you
speak to
think a
you
certain way.
if you're willing to pay attention to nature.
True.
You will know, oh my gosh, okay, hang on. There's a big storm. I can feel it right now. It's getting warm. It'll cold. Oh, you know what?
Yeah, it'll warn
There's
you.
something telling me that I need to prepare for something.
Like
right?
the tornadoes.
It's
Before
listening to that.
tornadoes come, if you've ever been or experienced a tornado,
I've seen the skies. They get black.
it creates a big wall of clouds. Like it's just a big wall.
Mhm.
And then when it gets really calm, it gets really calm right before it hits.
Yeah.
And then it gets calm when you get into the eye of it. But it's like a storm that creates all these tornadoes, basically. Like it's just this big storm,
It's a
and then these
battle of the
tornadoes
weather,
come out.
warm and cold.
It's
Yeah.
almost like a hurricane split
Having
up into a
its
bunch of different
spat.
tiny hurricanes.
Right?
Yeah, true.
But yeah, I mean that's real. That nature can
That
take you out just like that.
happens. Yes.
Well, Earth gets mad.
Yeah,
I mean, look what we're
it's just the
doing
way
to
of
it.
things. It's just the way that things work when you look
Yep.
at things from a 50,000 mile
Right.
above perspective.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, one little mistake can cause a lot of shit.
Yep.
One big tsunami or
Mhm.
earthquake can take out a lot of people at
Yep.
once. That's
Well,
natural.
and I'm wondering if what in general the society, the pollution, not
Mhm.
like global warming. I think that's another
That's another scam.
illusion.
Yes,
Yeah.
you're correct.
Oh, it's called the climate crisis now.
Right.
They
Right.
changed the name.
But we are
And
doing
there's-
stuff to the earth that's not so kind.
Mhm.
And I would not be surprised because Earth, Gaia, whatever you want to call it, is live.
Oh yes.
Yes,
The
but it's also much more
consciousness.
powerful than we can ever.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
She
Like
will be
we may not survive,
right.
but the Earth will.
She
Oh,
will
yeah.
survive.
Is very hardy,
right.
and she's been through a lot in the years she's
Mhm.
been alive.
I
And she's
think
been hit with comet.
civilizations have
Yeah.
come and gone.
Civilization, yeah, it's civilization that needs.
It's the people.
It's not Earth.
Right.
Earth
The
is its own
experiences
filter.
we
It'll
choose to
Mother
have.
Nature will take care of it all.
Yep.
And if human nature is messing with it,
Which we do.
it will still cleanse it. However, yes, we should think about like right now. I'm seeing a lot of masks on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I'm seeing a lot of heavy pollution.
Yes,
And
The
lots of
thing that
it.
and
saved your
streams in the
grandma is
sky.
now killing everybody. Sorry, y'all.
And the streams in the sky. Like if it's a
Yeah.
dark cloud, it will like dissipate. It won't turn
Quickly.
into a cloud.
Right.
If it turns into a cloud, you're dealing with
Chemicals.
mass what do they
Yep.
call it? Stratospheric injection.
Yep.
What do you
Aerosol stratospheric injection. That's the
Oh
scientific.
yes, it's bad.
Yeah.
They're
But
trying to
I
block
was
us from the sun
wondering.
because the sun is all of it.
The sun is us.
For
Like
our
that's what we
plants,
survive
for
from.
us,
Yes.
it's all of it. And the moon. I mean, I'm not trying to like discredit any.
More people die in the lack of sun than they do
Yes.
in the presence of it.
That's right.
True.
So you think about most people die when they die out in the wilderness.
We
It's
need the
because of the
dark.
cold. It's not because of the heat.
We need to be able to have that time to contemplate, to gestate, to grow. We need that dark.
Mhm.
But the light, the sun, that is where we grow. That's where we flourish. That's where we expand. That's where
Mr.
we.
Sun,
That's
Sun,
yes.
Mr. Golden Sun. Okay, that was for like
Please
my grandkids.
shine down.
I
So we
love
found
it.
this, Norma found this
Yoga teacher.
yoga teacher that does like she does yoga for kids, and that's what she's
Yes.
saying every episode.
That's great.
Oh God.
I'd
It
like
was
to give her some props.
yoga with Stephanie.
No, it's not Stephanie. It's not Tiffany either.
Mm.
I don't know. It was really cool.
Sarah.
Sarah.
Yoga with Sarah.
with an H. A-H.
Yes.
All right.
Yoga with
Or
Sarah.
was it just S-A-R-A?
I can't remember.
Anyway, no.
What
she
do
does
you
yoga.
guys know about the 5G and now it's going up to 10G? I've heard it's harmful. I've stayed away, but I
Okay.
don't know much about it. Do you
Here's the
guys
thing.
know?
Now, okay, so
Neither do we. I mean,
yeah,
Okay.
we really don't. But what I will tell you from what I understand, mostly like within myself, right? Even microwaves are slightly all of our technologies that set out certain wavelengths, certain technologies we need to be leery of, and
we got to
watch
think about radio
our-
waves.
because-
Those are going like we can't see them, but they do.
Mhm.
Like some do cause. They all cause radiation.
yes,
All of them.
Right.
and we can still
How it,
thrive.
like this is like think
It's-
about
it's
it as
about
Tesla's way of like
understanding-
wireless energy or
Right.
wireless communications. That's
Mhm.
what this is.
It's
Mhm.
about
So,
understanding those
They can
wavelengths
use,
that are, yeah.
but you understand, like we viewed in the class in metaphysical mystics,
Yep.
harp, right? Harp in where is that at? I can't remember now. I think it's in Switzerland. No, it's in Canada somewhere, right?
I think so.
Anyway, you can use different vibrations and frequencies to
Yes.
like you could melt somebody with that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, if you got it on the right
Yes.
frequency, you could just melt the human body.
Yeah.
Like really, you can. And
It is that
so that's what's scary about it is how is it being used and what is
Yeah.
it being used for?
So I'm
And-
just
and-
staying
yeah,
away from it
basically-
for now.
Well, yes. Basically,
Well, I mean, it's here,
Yeah.
but your body
I mean,
is
I'm
hardy
not
enough.
getting new
Your
phone.
body is
new
hardy
cell
enough to
phone.
get through this shit because we're not going to be given something more than we can handle. But
Yeah.
and that's the 5G, whatever 100G they want to put out there. We can't
Mhm.
block it if we're hardy as souls. If we're connected to ourselves,
and
our
we're
higher selves,
utilizing our.
we're
not
connected
letting
to
them
that, and there's
totally
some
take,
cravings we'll have. Like you kind of got to live in a little more savage kind of life, right? Where you're, I don't know how hardening. It's
utilizing
hardening.
nature.
You got to harden
Yeah.
yourself
Yes.
in one way or another. That means
Yeah.
sometimes. No, I'm not going to say that here. But doing things that are risky, that are like toughening you up. It's like I
Mhm.
play the guitar. Any guitar player or violin player has to gain callus on their fingers.
And
That's
So
hurts
true.
it's going to hurt for a while.
right?
But after you get
Look
past
what
that,
beauty
then it
comes
becomes
from that.
beautiful. It becomes
Oh yeah.
very easy. You can just touch the strings and they sound good. You're not having to press too hard. You're not feeling that. You're kind of just you're kind of killing some nerves, but you're
Yeah,
hardening
yeah.
yourself. And we came here, especially our generation and generations, a couple of generations before us, to endure this.
Yes.
Like, think
Mhm.
about what our ancestors had to endure.
Right.
They were out in the
Yep.
weather. They had to just create something from nothing. They couldn't just
Mhm.
order something and go get, they had to go get
Right.
it.
Yeah. Or they had to like pick this,
Hunt it, kill
hunt
it.
that.
Yeah,
Like,
hunt it, kill it.
It's
gather it,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
put in the work.
Bring it in together.
Oh, you
and make
a
it taste
shelter? Well, guess what? You got to build it,
good. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and you got to build it from the earth that's around you.
That's right.
Now, if you look at the ancient Anasazi and you look where we're going, if you look at like Glen Canyon, how did they get those bricks all shaped perfectly like that when they to create their homes? Like, how did they do that back in those days to get it shaved off like a brick, like a regular brick? And I've seen some of these ruins,
I've seen a lot of them.
but how do you get it
I
to look like a
love
brick,
them.
which is actually more of like a rock? They were doing it through solid rock. It wasn't
I think
boarded
they
out.
were using, if it's true, what they were telling me, they had built some kind of form and were using
Yeah,
dirt,
yes, but I don't
dung,
know. They
straw.
weren't. Yeah, but what I'm saying is those bricks that they had were not. They seemed to be made out of rock.
They do, because they sure have lasted.
Yeah, and I haven't
But
been there
they're
in a while. I'm gonna
underneath.
do that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go through
Yeah.
Glen Canyon. When I went through Glen Canyon, I think I was a kid, and I went through the more northern part of it.
Hmm.
But I didn't know anything I know now, so I didn't even think about it. I was like, oh, it's Glen Canyon. Okay, cool. It's another canyon. But there was
Hmm.
times when we went into. Have you ever heard of 9 Mile Canyon?
Yeah. It's partially owned by my family I married into.
Well, there you go.
Oh,
Where's
wow.
the anyway? So we went to 9 Mile Canyon. We went camping. This was kind of a disaster as far as we went hunting, because in Price, when you live in Price, Utah, and Wellington, Utah, which my stepfather built, he had an acre of land, and he built a house on it out in Wellington, which is like population 2,000. I mean, there's
Yeah,
nothing.
it's nasty out there.
But yeah, it is like it's a coal mining area.
Yeah.
Like that's where all the
Yeah,
coal mining.
it is.
So anyway, but they have hunting, like they give you time off for hunting there, like a holiday.
Oh, yep. It's time to
Used
eat
to
your
be
family.
that way
Go on, go
So anyway,
here.
we were hunting, and I'm like, I don't know, I was probably 12, 13. And me and my brother, that's what we knew. We went, like, even with my
Hmm.
dad, we went duck hunting or pheasant hunting. We were always hunting.
Right.
We were shooting clay pigeons.
Right.
You know, we knew how to
Preparing
shoot
for hunting.
shotgun or 22.
Hmm.
Anyway, we were going hunting. This has really nothing to do with the story. But we went up 9 Mile Canyon, and we had a big fifth wheel trailer. So it's one of those big ones. So, you can't. The one cool thing about fifth wheels is you can actually take them a little bit more than you can the tongue fold.
Right.
Anyway,
Hmm.
so it was my mom's birthday. My mom ended up getting sick. We were staying there a week. So me and my stepdad and my brother were all excited. So we're like, okay, we'll just go get her a birthday cake, and we'll have a birthday up there.
Mhm.
And she was sick. I think she had the flu or something. But
Mm.
so we didn't know what a sheet cake was. And they asked us, do you want a full sheet or a half sheet? And we're like, yeah, we want a full sheet. They made us a huge sheet cake.
Oh
Like
my
it
gosh.
was a huge cake. Anyway,
Yeah.
so we found this place right by like a wash, and me and my brother just went into the wash, and we were finding arrowheads like everywhere. Like they were
Awesome.
everywhere. And
Oh,
so yeah,
cool.
that was it's still memorable to me. I don't think we actually shot a deer, but we got to chill on like some sacred ground.
That is way cool.
Yeah, and that's what I want to experience more. Like where we're moving,
Me
or the acres
too.
we bought is
Right.
going to be like basically surrounded by the petrified forest,
Yes.
where a lot
Which
of
was
crazy shit
probably
happened in that
very
area.
holy. Is considered holy.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
it's close to where the Hopi Indians say that we came from. They came from. Yeah, they were in the. Yeah, they came through many realms to
It's a
get.
sipapu.
Yeah, Papu. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Sipapu. Yeah.
Yep.
Underneath
And the
onto the
spider
top.
woman.
Yep.
The spider
Mm-hmm.
woman gave them bamboo, or she helped them to grow or climb out of that realm into this realm with bamboo.
Yeah. That's so cool.
And bamboo is grown not just in Japan; it grows in
I
America
want to
It,
have a bamboo fence
very well. Yeah, we want
because
some bamboo.
I want to utilize the bamboo for everything. A bamboo can give me
The
oh yeah.
bamboo can like take
beautiful,
over.
beautiful shit. So
And it grows so fast.
they
Yeah, it
do.
does.
They do.
And you can eat it.
Yes.
Yes.
Yummy.
You eat it. You can use it for
You can use it
wood.
for
You can use it
cooking.
for,
You can use it for
you know,
like
whatever. A
building.
lot of
You
different
can
things.
use it for so much.
For shade.
For
We're gonna need shade because we have no trees. We're going to the plains,
We're
so
going.
there's
Yeah.
no trees there.
It's very
Like right
yeah.
over like a certain like an hour west or south. I know east. An hour east, there's trees.
Yeah.
They've got like the juniper trees. We're not in
Mhm.
the junipers. We're in like the grasslands.
Yeah.
So it ought to be
Well,
fun.
that's
We're gonna be planting
good
trees.
when you want cattle and
Yeah. And
little
that's why we
guys,
need a fence. We
especially.
don't have cattle coming in there. And cattle's gonna be hard. Like I'm only gonna have to be able to have like one or two.
Yeah, 1 or 2 cows.
So like for now,
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna like go in with somebody that's like a cattle rancher. Hey, you want your cows to
Hey,
pre-graze
so
through here?
here, yeah. Mhm.
Give me a side of beef every year,
Right.
and we'll be good.
Well, that's, I think, our future is
That's it.
trade
That's where we're
and
headed.
community.
And I think like us people that have lived some life and have a little bit of money and can invest in something and have that gumption, or if you have that gumption, don't ignore it.
Right.
Like run with it.
Exactly.
Mhm.
The universe will protect you. It'll keep you going.
Oh, yeah.
But if you have that feeling, which I know a lot of us do,
Mm-hmm.
don't be afraid to go for it.
That's right.
All right. Well, I think we've been on for about an hour. So thank you all for being here. Thank you,
Yes.
Teresa.
And no, we
Oh,
have
yeah. Thank you, guys. That was a great
We do.
topic.
Yeah.
Parallel societies. Let's
That's
create
right.
that parallel. Let's create our own society by just getting together with our neighbors, our community,
I agree.
Guess
and
what? And
creating
working within
something
that,
and
like,
something that lasts, something that will help protect us, help
Yep.
take care of us. And
And we take care of each other.
that's
That's
right.
right.
That's right.
It's how it was designed.
That's
Exactly.
it. All right, everybody. Much love to all of you. If you'd
Yes.
like to leave a donation, we do have our link tree on the screen there. Producer, just make sure you leave a note so we can speak it out next time.
Right. Call you out. Let
Give
you
us a
know.
super
Hey,
chat.
thank you.
If you value this podcast, just find our link tree.
We will get a little more regular. We're just, we're
the
figuring
last
it out.
month we're trying to, things are shifting, but there's no excuse. We'll keep
It's
going.
okay to take a break.
That's right.
Nothing wrong with
Anyway.
that.
Much love, everybody. We'll talk to you soon and have a great night.
Yes.
Blessings,
Love you all.
everyone.
Have an amazing
Good night.
Good night.